Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me set up this room real quick and then we can get started. So let's see, it's 6:20 right now. We have about 20 minutes till market open. So we do have some time, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to knock all this stuff out so that we can move forward with our breakout entry for this morning if it's available. Keep in mind today is NFP. So if you guys do trade, I do recommend probably using a smaller lot size because the market can be pretty volatile this morning. Depending on how the market's moving, you'll decide whether I want to take the trade or not. Fridays are really subjective. Generally, I don't like to trade on Fridays, especially on NFP, but we'll try to get this going and see if we could possibly sneak a move in here or something like that. So let's see. You guys probably hear my dog in the background. Cody's here right now, so you could probably hear him growling in the background. He just wants to be around. So yeah, if you guys hear some growling in the background, it's just my dog, so don't worry. We're also at an all-time high, so there's another point of risk right there. So let me go ahead and just send this link out to the premium members over here. And then once I get this out, we should be good to go. Got you guys here. YouTube link on too. Hey guys, morning. Let me set this room real quick. Well, I mean, the room is already set up. I'm gonna admit everyone into the room, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get this YouTube link sent out as well. So let me get this sent out right here. Let's see. All right, that's good. Solid. And one last place. We got about 7 minutes to market open. No crazy rush. We'll take our time and analyze things in detail prior to us taking the trade. So guys, looking over here at US 30, we're currently at all-time high. It looks like it's actually breaking the all-time high right now. That's crazy. We have a new all-time high today. So I'm going to go ahead and just adjust this slightly. Oh, we're not there yet. We're almost there. So we're currently like really close to the all-time high here on the 1 hour. You can see all my markups from the past couple of weeks. I mean, it's been playing out exactly how we've anticipated it, right? We had anticipated it to come up and break this all-time high this week, and it did that. Looking over here on the 10-minute, price is actually, let me go back here. Price is bullish right here. It's bullish because price is above the pivots. Trend meter is green. Same here on the 3-minute, price is above the pivots. Trend meter is green. And then lastly here on the 1-minute, price is above the pivots. Trend meter isn't green, but it's blue, so it's possibly shifting. So just looking over here, let me just refresh this actually. Sorry, I was wrong. There we go. It's above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So on all the 3 time frames right here, price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So it's very bullish right now. It's actually breaking the all-time high, I think. Let me go over here on the 3-minute and see if, or the 10-minute actually. Let's see if it's already broken the all-time high. So I think this is the, so it looks like this might be the all-time high right here. I'm just going to draw this to signify where it's located. It's literally at the all-time high. 359 on the 3-minute, 235 6. I'm just going to mark the all-time high on all of these right here so that you guys can see exactly where. Let's see, where's it at? 35. There we go. So this is actually a risky area to trade. I'm probably not going to take the breakout because it's, there's going to be a lot of risk involved here trading at the all-time high. I'm pretty sure all of the retail traders are short right now too. So this is probably going to shoot to the upside. But I mean, we'll have to wait and see what happens here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the the Asia highs and Asia lows are probably not going to be very relevant today because of how the market is currently looking, but I'm going to go ahead and draw them anyways. So let's see, I'm going to go to the 1500 hours over here, which was right over here. It looks like this is the all-time high, or not the all-time high, that swing high for the Asia session. This is going to be the swing low. I mean, this is all going to come useful, you know, when it comes time later. But let me just mark these up here, 630. All right, so this is swing high for London. Yeah, price is like way too high. I don't think it's going to be getting any higher than that, realistically. And there's a swing low for London. So here's a swing high for London. You know, what might happen here is this will be a good area. And you guys can see how important these swing highs are, right? You can see the London right here. It broke the swing high during US, came back down, rejected off the swing high right here. And then it bounced all the way back up. So it's really key for you guys to be drawing these lines here, even though you guys don't think it might be as important. It actually does play a big factor in identifying these rejection points. So it's currently at the all-time high right now, or right next to it. It's only about like less than 100 pips from the all-time high. So we'll be watching to see where you know, where it goes. But yeah, currently right now we'll be looking at this. Looking over here at the fundamentals, price is obviously bullish. You can see for the futures data, it's up 118 points. Looking over here at market sentiment, there's 72% of people short right now. So this might be a good time to draw liquidity zones when we get an opportunity. So once the market does open, we'll see what happens from there. Let me check out the news from this morning. So the unemployment NFP news was actually very negative. So let's see, unemployment rate is down. So in the US, earnings went up. Unemployment was actually good. It went up. So people actually took jobs. So it went up by 10,000. They were thinking it was going to be negative, but it was actually positive. Unemployment rate is lower. So in the US, it's been good. All of the unemployment news here has been great. For the US, Canada, not so great. I think because they're still in lockdown, or they're in some sort of, you know, some sort of lockdown right now. But for the US, it's been great. So that's why you can see the market shooting up, right? Because our unemployment data was more than they expected. So they were, let's see, actually average earnings kind of just stayed the same. They were expecting it to lower, but it actually stayed the same. Unemployment actually went, let's see, previously it was 938,000. It went up to 943,000. So about like, let's see, about like 5,000 jobs were added to the market. They were expecting it to be lower, but it's actually a lot higher. Unemployment rate also went down. It was 5.9%. It went down to 5.4%. So it actually dropped pretty heavily. Seems like a lot of people are going back to work. They're not really eating off the unemployment now, but I mean, we'll see what happens from there. So the news for US was good this morning. Looking over here at the futures data, everything's pointing towards the upside. The only problem is that we're at the all-time high. So that's the riskiest part about all of this, is that we're at the all-time high. If I do take a trade here, I'm gonna change my lot size to a half lot. I'm not really trying to risk it today on NFP. So I changed it to I changed it from a 10 lot to a 5 lot. There we go. Market just opened right now. We'll see what happens from this point. In order for us to take this trade, we're looking for a buy, but we need a buy signal with a valid buy signal with a strong bullish candle within it. So we'll see what happens from there. I'm going to refresh this real quick. Let's see what's going on with the stock market. The stock market is pretty green today. It's very bullish. Let's see, it's up about 100 points. So we'll see what happens in the next couple minutes or so. You can see price here is going to be heavily manipulated. It's going to bounce around a lot, which is fine. I mean, that's, you know, it's just how the market's going to move today. It is NFP, plus it is Friday. So we'll see what happens from here. I mean, for the most part, I'll be looking for a buy. I'm not really looking for a sell here, but depending on how risky it looks, you know, will determine whether we're going to take this trade or not. So looking at that right there, it's a strong bullish candle, but we're not going to take it unless we get a buy signal. We need a buy signal right there in order to hop into this buy, because it's going to be a risky move here. So there we go. We have the buy signal right there. If this closes with a strong bullish candle, it's breaking the all-time high right there, then we can take this. I'm not going to hop in right away. I'm going to wait for that confirmation. We need the confirmation of a strong bullish candle, and we also need the buy signal to appear here. It just broke the all-time high. So this is now the all-time high. I don't know if I'm going to take this trade, honestly, because it's probably going to have to retrace. This is a big candle right here. I don't know if it'll keep shooting up. It's about 400 pips in the green. Looking over here at the daily, it's up 150 points nearly. I'll mark it up for you guys, but I don't know if I'm going to take it. I'm probably going to wait before I take it. I'm not going to hop in right away. I'm probably just going to try to scalp like a few pips off the top if possible. Let's see. We still need this to close. The problem right here is that we have a wick on top, so it's getting a little risky. Has a little wick on top. We have about 3 seconds. 2, 1, 0. So no entry there. Reason for no entry is because we didn't get that buy signal right here, right? It didn't close. We need that buy signal to close to confirm the bullish move. So no entry there for the breakout. I don't think we're going to have a breakout entry today at all. But yeah, I mean, you guys can see how risky it is right now, right? You're starting to see a lot of big wicks on the top side right here. These wicks right here indicating rejection points. So it's, there's going to be a lot of room for retracement here if these wicks keep coming up. And if this is an invalid buy signal, then definitely no entry at that point. I do have my alert set up, so we'll be fine if we're still looking for scalps after this. But now that it's at the all-time high, this is probably going to be too risky anyways. Let's see. Yeah, price broke right through that all-time high. So this is the new all-time high. Looking at CNBC, they also marked it up right there, a new 52-week high today. 52-week high and all-time high. So this is the highest US 30's ever been. A lot of this push was probably because of the positive unemployment news this morning. But I don't know how long this will probably hold on for. This might be a little too high up and it might start coming down. See, looking at the retail traders over here, 72% are short. So that's perfectly fine. When price starts to retrace down a little bit, I'll start marking up liquidity zone so that you guys can see. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this because the all-time high has already been broken. And I'll draw a new all-time high right here. Same with the 1 minute. We'll delete this because it already broke the all-time high. And as you can see right here, this might be possible confirmation of a breakout entry, but we'll see what happens here. We need to make sure that it closes with a strong bullish candle and it's a buy signal there. But again, I'm probably not going to take this trade because this is at the all-time high. It's going to have to come back down at some point. As you can see, it's fighting it, right? It's trying to push up, but as you can see, if we zoom in a little closer, price just keeps fighting it. It pushes up. It tries to close with that buy signal, but every time it pushes up, it closes off with a wick. So wick right here, wick right there, and a big wick right there. So it's just risky because when you guys see wicks like that, it usually indicates that a reversal is coming, right? You can see right here, price was coming down. You see the wicks building up, and then it shoots all the way back up. So as you guys can see, these wicks right here create some uncertainty in the market. You guys can see the wicks right there are pretty linear. So as it continues to push up, it's trying to push back down. Like, the retail traders are on the short side. So as it continues to push up higher and higher, it keeps trying to drop back down. So this is why it's important that you guys wait and are patient with these trades, especially on a day like this, which is NFP and Friday, because you don't want to get caught on the wrong side. You don't want to hop into this trade and then all of a sudden you hop in and it shoots the opposite way, right? So just keep that in mind. All right, 6:35. So we're done with the breakout. There's not going to be a breakout today, which is completely fine. We can still look for some 1 minute scalps though. So it's too late for a breakout. There's no breakout available. Even if we wanted to take the breakout down here, it still wouldn't have, let's see. Actually, yeah, if you took the breakout down there using the original, like the not all the requirements that I require anymore. Like the very basic breakout strategy that we used to follow before without the momentum signals, this would have been the entry right here. And the reason for that is because this opening candle right here was a strong bullish candle, but we didn't have that confirmation of the momentum right there. So it would have been a risky trade. So if you were using the very first rendition of the breakout strategy, this technically would have been the entry right here, because the opening candle is a strong bullish candle. We didn't take that because, we don't take trades that we're not 100% sure about. That would have been a risky trade anyways, but you can see our price is starting to come down. I'll mark this up from here because this is the all-time high. And then we'll see what happens from here. So anyways, going over here to the 3-minute, new all-time highs actually up here a little higher. And then as price starts to come down, as it swings back up, I'll keep identifying these liquidity areas. This area is an area of liquidity because if people enter a sell right here, their stop loss is generally going to be above this point. So if price breaks the all-time high, we could probably expect another rush of volatility to the upside. So let me check the chat real quick. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Gactive. Morning, Riga. Morning, Delmas. Morning, Miles. Morning, Adrian. Morning, Peter. Morning, Mark. Morning, Abraham. Morning, Essa. Morning, Kenton. Morning, EW. Morning, Angel. Morning, Clyde. Morning, everybody. So yeah, guys, just looking at everything here, we'll have to wait for, any possible entries. This is fine what we're looking for here. We want this to come down right here, and we want an opposite signal so that when price swings back up, we can ride it right back up, right? But it is going to be risky. So I'm probably not going to trade today. If you guys have questions, this is probably the best day to get your questions out. I can answer anything that you guys have, whether it's one of the strategies, whether it's about risk management, lot sizing, FTMO, anything like that. I can answer any questions for you guys. I'm probably not going to trade, just like I mentioned before, this day is risky because it's NFP. If you guys aren't familiar with NFP, it's the day that US unemployment news is released. It was released at 5:30 prior to market open. So looking at this right here, all of the news for US was positive for unemployment data. So with that said, that's why, US 30 kind of shot up right here. You can see exactly at 5:30, this big spike up because the unemployment news was very good. They were forecasting it to be bad, but then it shot up because it was good. On top of that, it is Friday, so you're going to see some iffy movements in the market because a lot of people are pulling out for the weekend, as everyone should be, including myself. Morning, Rooney. Morning, everybody. So yeah, if you guys have questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat and I can answer them. Otherwise, I'll try to look for some scalps here. It doesn't look like we're going to have anything that looks like that I wouldn't consider like an easy trade because there's a lot of factors that are going into today's market. The fact that it's NFP, also that it's Friday, and another thing that we're at the all-time high. Whenever price reaches an all-time high, it's always a risky time to trade because this is where a lot of market manipulation happens, right? The reason for market manipulation here is because a lot of retail traders hop on the sell side, right? I don't know if you guys have heard that saying where people say, sell low or high. Buy low, sell high. This is at the all-time high. So at this point, a lot of people who are just following that mantra, you can see right here, looking at the retail traders, 72% of people are short right now. This was like at 60% yesterday, or even less than that. It was like 59% or 53%. So what happened was price got to the all-time high, and then you have all of these retail traders entering sells right here. The reason why they're entering sells is because they're anticipating it to drop because they follow that buy low, sell high idea, but it doesn't necessarily work. So the problem with that is a lot of retail traders enter a sell here, but the market makers and institutions aren't going to drop price, right? If they drop price, retail traders are going to make money. The way that market makers and institutions make money is when they spike price up because they stop everybody out, and then they hit that area of liquidity here where you just see a huge spike of price to the upside, right? And then they make money off that because they're taking these huge pushes to the top while the retail traders are getting stopped out. That's why majority of retail traders fail, because the market makers and institutions play games with retail traders. They basically trap them into these opposite positions, and then they spike it in the opposite direction when they feel it's time. So as this number over here continues to increase, or if it decreases, you can see right here at 73, right? It was at 72, went up to 73. The reason why it went up to 73 is because if just think about how you guys, when you guys first started trading, what happens when you guys get near the all-time high? A lot of people have sell limits right here, right? They put a bunch of sell limit orders right here. And then as soon as price reaches that point, all those sell limit orders get triggered and then people are in the trade. As soon as they get in the trade, you can see this number right here increase because more retail traders are hopping in on that short side, even though they aren't expecting to hop in. A lot of people have like these trades that they just leave then they're like, oh, I'm going to wait for it to reach this point and then it's going to automatically fill my order. But that's a bad thing because it's reaching the area of liquidity here. And you're probably going to see if price gets to this point up here above, you're probably going to see a spike up even higher because a lot of people's stop losses are going to get triggered. So just keep that in mind. This is a key point to be looking at right here. You generally don't want to trade in the direction of the majority here. The majority is now short. And you can see right here, as price reaches this point, it's probably going to spike up a little bit higher. So let's see what happens right here. I'll keep watching it. We're probably not going to see like an immediate move, but you can see right there, price is currently above here. Price closes above here, it's probably going to spike up higher. We can take the buy there and hop in with market makers, institutions in their direction, but I'm probably not going to do it because it's too risky. If a lot more retail traders hop in on the sell side and they spike price down slightly. What generally happens here is they'll push price up here. And I'm sure this has happened to you, right? Like you guys will enter a sell here. So say, for example, you guys enter the sell here because you chase this move. Your stop loss is right here. Your stop loss gets triggered, right? What happens after that? Price ends up coming back down right here, right? Like this red candle right here. It's a trick. This is the trap. Price comes down slightly and then you're like, damn, I got unlucky. My stop loss was too close. What happens? You guys re-enter for another short. And then you put your stop loss around that same area slightly higher. And then as you least expect, your price will come down slightly and then it'll just spike back up, stop you out again, right? And then it comes right back down and you're like, damn, I got unlucky again. And what happens is you enter again. You do the same exact thing like 3 times. You're like, what's it called? I forgot that saying. It's like 3 times a charm. You hop in again, you put your stop loss a little bit higher, and then it does it to you again. But at this point, it just keeps shooting up higher and higher. And you're like, damn, I should have never entered that trade. This is a typical trap that happens, time and time again. I've been trading for 11 years. I've gotten caught in this trap so many times in the past. And that's how I was able to identify it. Because I'm like, damn, why do I keep losing these trades? And it's because I'm revenge trading, right? You go into a trade, you get stopped out right here. You revenge trade because you see it come back down. You hop in, you get stopped out again. You're like, damn, and you get mad. And then you revenge trade a third time. At that point, your account's probably blown because you keep over leveraging, trying to get your money back. And then at that point, you've lost and the market makers have won. So that's one thing to keep in mind, guys. If you guys are trading, you guys have to go back and just think about what are other traders doing? What are other traders thinking right now? This is really a psychological game because we do have strategies here that work. And that's why we don't fall for these traps, because we stick to our strategy. If it doesn't fit the strategy, then we don't take it. And obviously there's no entry here. A lot of people are just trading off this all-time high. So let me go ahead and just adjust this a little bit because it's already broken the all-time high. Or I'll leave that there right now so that you guys can see exactly what I marked up before, and then we'll see how it moves, a few minutes from now. So let's see. Yeah, if anyone took the 1 minute over here, we missed this right here. I don't know why I didn't get the alert. I mean, I did get the alert, but I didn't hear it ring. It's weird. Yeah, there was a 1 minute entry right here that already hit TP. I didn't take the trade. It's just too risky of a trade here. I'm going to refresh my charts because maybe it's just not refreshed. I don't remember seeing a 1 minute signal there. There we go. It came up super late. Let me just refresh my charts because I haven't reset my trading view from yesterday. All right, charts are reset. Charts are reset here. All right, looks solid. All right, you can see right there. See how price came down? They probably trapped in a lot more sellers right there. And then as soon as they get enough sellers, they're probably going to drop price a little lower. They'll probably drop it a little lower just to keep luring in some more sellers. Because right now you can see the sentiment right now is at 73%. As they trap in more sellers, you'll see this number increase higher. And then as the number decreases, that's because people are getting stopped out. So just keep that in mind. Number right now is 73%. If it goes up to 74, 75, that's because a lot of retail traders are hopping in for some sells. But if it goes lower to like 72, 71, 70%, that's because a lot of them are getting stopped out as price continues to push up higher and higher. Like I mentioned before, this is an area of liquidity. It's probably gonna be above here because generally people won't put their stop loss right at the all-time high. They'll put it slightly above, right? So say for example, here you entered a short down here, your stop loss isn't going to be right here, right? You're going to put your stop loss somewhere above here, around this area. Once this area gets triggered, all those stop losses are going to get filled, and then they're going to go on a stop loss hunt. That's why you see those big spikes to the upside. So let's see, one question over here is from Delmas. Delmas said, can you go over breakdown the 3-minute strategy? So let me go over here real quick, and I'll go to a clean chart so we don't have to mess this up. Here's a 3-minute. Let me go ahead and back this up. And I will put the requirements over here real quick so that you guys can see. This is the K2 US 30 3-minute pivot scalp strategy. So for 1, you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. For 2A, you want to confirm price is breaking and closing past K2 pivots 3 and 4. Or if that's not there, 2B, confirm price is above pivots for a buy or below for a sell. After that, you can enter on the open of the following candle, and then fix TP stop loss at 250, 500. All right, so let me show you this right here real quick. I don't think we would have taken this one right here because, I mean, technically you could have taken this one, but this was based off news, so I probably wouldn't have taken this one over here. I mean, it still would have hit, but I'll just show you anyways, because this is the most recent one. So looking at this right here, we technically wouldn't have taken this trade because it's based off the unemployment news right here. So for 1, you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. Right here, we have a valid buy signal. It's a valid signal because it's a buy signal with a green bullish candle within it. So with that said, it makes it valid. First requirement's in met. For requirement number 2, you want to make sure price is breaking and closing past K2 pivots 3 and 4. K2 pivots are these 2 lines right here. Generally, there's 4 lines there. For K2 pivots, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But since this strategy only applies pivots 3 and 4, we just hide 1 and 2. So with 1 and 2 right here, you can see price was previously below the pivots. As this candle right here pushed up, it broke past the pivots and it closed above it. So that's 2A. Since we have 2A, we skip 2B and we can enter on the open of the falling candle. So right here, we enter a long position. TP stop loss is 25.50. These are my points. If you convert them to pips, you just add a 0 to the end because they're just multiples of 10. So like right here, you enter the long position, you let it run. Price comes down, retraces a little bit, and then it comes all the way back up and hits TP. So this is how the strategy works for the 3-minute. Let me see which alert I just got right now. 3-minute. Okay, that's fine. It's starting to come back down right here. I see this as a trap. I think it's going to come back up. Right here, it looks like they're trying to lure in some more sellers. Like I mentioned before, guys, you know, the first time I mentioned, you know, if you enter the short right here, people's stop losses are like right here, right? They got stopped out. Here's the second shot. The second shot right here is they're luring in some more sellers. And then as more sellers enter the sell right here, their stop loss is going to be around that same area, and it's going to stop them out again a second time. So we'll see what happens from there. But let me go back to the 3-minute. So this is 2A, an example of 2A. I'll show you an example of 2B. So this is 2A right here. It's breaking and closing past the pivots, right? Going over here, this is going to be an example of 2B. So over here, same situation. You want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. Right here, we have a valid buy signal. Reason for that is because we have a green buy signal with a green bullish candle within it. So with that said right there, we have confirmation number 1 met. For 2A, you want to confirm price is breaking, closing past K2 pivots 3 and 4. Right here, the pivots, price isn't breaking, closing past them. So we skip 2A. We go over to 2B, confirm price is above pivots for a buy or below for a sell. Right here, we're looking for a buy, right? So with that said, we enter a long position right here. You set up your TP stop loss, same thing, 25.50. You let it run. And there you go, full TP. So if you took any of the entries, you know, from today or yesterday or whatever, they hit full TP, both of them right there. And that's exactly how this strategy is applied. It's very simple. You know, how I mentioned before, guys, these strategies are really simple. You guys just have to follow the requirements. This is the basic way of applying it. The way that I personally apply it is I look on the 10-minute as well. I make sure that there's a bias going in that direction. So I make sure this isn't required, but it's optional. This is why I have such a high win rate, because I use different confluences. When I do see an entry, I make sure on the 10-minute it's going in the same direction. I also make sure on the 1 minute it's going in the same direction as well. On top of that, I look at the fundamentals data. If you're trading during off market, you can look at the futures data. This is open 24 hours. So you just refresh that. If it's 100 points in the green, that's going to confirm a bullish bias on the fundamental side. Vice versa, if it's 100 points in the red, that's going to confirm a fundamental bias on the red side. So I make sure that the technicals line up. I make sure that the fundamentals line up. On top of that, I look at where retail traders are trading here. If I'm looking for a buy, I want to make sure retail traders are short because I want to do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. Majority of people fail at trading because everyone does the same thing. The market makers, institutions do the opposite. That's why I try to trade the way that they're doing. Opposite of what majority of people are trading. So right here, even though there's a lot of retail traders on the short, I'm still looking for the buy, even though it's at an all-time high, because a lot of these people are going to get screwed. I mean, obviously you guys can tell, and if you guys have been trading for a while, you guys are familiar with that feeling, right? So looking at this right here, I could already anticipate a lot of people enter to sell right here. Even if you didn't have any of the indicators, if you're just a normal trader, and then you just saw this right here. So like, look at this, for example, if you guys saw this big push up right here and you're like, oh, it's rejecting off the all-time high, it's going to have to drop down, right? That's what everyone's thinking. Everyone's thinking that. So what they do is they enter a short position right here. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of people trade this way. They put their stop loss right here and they go for like a 1 to 3. So they try to go for 150 pips right here or 150 points. So this is normally how people trade. They're like, okay, we're going to use a small stop loss, a wide TP right here, but you'll see what happens here. Price is probably not going to drop. It's probably going to swing back up and then it's going to stop them out. They're like, yeah, I'm going to get stopped out. And then it's going to come right back down. And then they're going to do the same thing. They're going to be like, oh, I'm going to do the same thing, re-enter down here again. And then they're going to put their stop loss in the same place. And then what happens from that point? They're going to get stopped out another time. And then from there, you're going to see the big push up after. I'm sure you guys have seen that pattern before. I run into that so many times in the past when I first started trading. Sometimes you get burned so many times that you start to see the patterns. And then once you're able to see the patterns, you don't get caught in those traps anymore, right? I've been trading for 11 years, so I've been losing so many trades trading this way, and that's why I had to change things. I used to trade just like everyone else, like the beginning 3 years, and then after the first 3 years, I was like, I got to change things up because this shit's not working. So that's when I started to trade this way, and this is how I've been profitable for the past probably 7 years or so. So yeah, guys, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask away. Today's a good day to ask questions because I'm not going to be trading. I might trade if I see something good, but I mean, for the most part, it's too risky. It's at an all-time high. It's NFP and it's Friday. So I'm probably not going to trade. If I do trade, I'll look on the 3 minute for any entries here. I'm probably not going to mess with the 1 minute, even though it looks pretty decent for the most part. I'll mark these up for you here if I do see them. But personally, I'm probably not going to be trading on my own account all day today because it's just too risky. You guys have seen my profits for this week. We had no losses this entire week. Let me check over here. It looks like some of you guys did take some trades. So some of you guys did take some trades, even though I didn't trade myself. And this is why it's important that you guys have the indicators, because if you guys have the indicators, you guys can be taking these 1 minute trades that everyone's looking at, right? So Patricia over here, she took this, locked in a total of 4,490. Nice work, Patricia. She took that buy to the upside. Cheryl over here as well. She made about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. She said, my New York session, I'm done for the day. No reason to mess around. So Cheryl's done as well. Dre over here too. Dre took a couple trades. Looks like he had a couple accidental losses here for GJ. He's not trading US 30, he's trading GU and GJ. He made a nice 556 for the day. Nice work, Dre. Yeah, definitely. Dre said not US 30, but been hitting the Forex pairs hard, definitely. And Rick here as well. So Rick said done trading on my own today. So Rick locked in a total of 927, about 1,000. Nice work, Rick. Dre as well. Dre locked in a couple more trades. He's now close to 1,000 in profit, up 920. Nice work, Dre. And Patricia as well. Patricia said, nice day considering NFP. Now I'm done. So she locked in a near 5,000 for the day. She's up 4,979. Great work, Patricia. Isaac here too. Isaac locked in a total of 410. Looks like a lot of you guys took that 1 minute buy. So that's good to see. Looking over here, EW locked in a total of just over 1,800. So 1,800 for EW over here. Great work. She said, thanks, K2. Definitely. So yeah, if you guys don't have to trade today, like myself, I'm not trading. So if you guys don't have to trade, it's probably best for you guys to just call it a day, enjoy your weekend, take an early weekend. because it's just going to be too risky for you guys to mess with the market. Kyle over here too. Kyle took the buy there for the 1 minute, locked in a total of 1,250. Looks like he had an accidental loss right here, but it's fine. You know, it's a small loss here in total. 969 for the day, about 1,000. So nice work right there, Kyle. Roland over here too. Roland killed it. Look at Roland. He locked in a total of 8,726 this morning. He took a whole bunch of buys here. Looks like he was playing around with it. He kind of just hopped in every time it spiked up and locked in some pretty solid profit right there. So nice work, Roland. And Jeff over here too. Jeff locked in a total of 1,630. No losses, straight wins. Nice work, Jeff. Kyle came right back up. He didn't close out with under 1,000 today, so he locked in a total of 1,124. Nice work, Kyle. Yeah, definitely. Duggan said, boom, K² Proprietary, congrats. Sat out. Yeah, me too. I sat that out as well. See Casey over here too. So Terrence over here locked in 2,125. Nice work, Terrence. And Casey too. Casey locked in 1,889. So a lot of you guys here who took the 1 minute trades, like locked in some pretty solid profits. Melinda here as well locked in 1,276. Nice work, Melinda. Kip said, now I'm watching, but I got to turn this off. I want to jump in and play, but not worth it. Exactly. Sisuk2 Sisuk said, thank God for the K2 indicators. He locked in 16,000 for the day. Damn, that's crazy, Sisuk. Looks like he took trades in both directions. He's just pretty much playing with the market back and forth. He took buys in the beginning right here, and he took sells right here that started to come back down. He's super on point. So looking over here on the 3 minute, looks like price might be shifting shortly. It's probably going to reject off these pivots right here, and then it'll swing back up. What I can see right now is they're trying to lure in some more sellers. That's what I see happening right here. Let's check this. If this number increased, it's now 73%. Let's refresh it. It's now 74%. So you guys can see here, a lot of retail traders are getting trapped into this move here. So as this number continues to increase, we could probably expect this to skyrocket back up at some point today. You know, the market makers aren't going to let these retail traders run away with all that money. They're going to keep luring them in. And then as they keep getting lured in, they're going to spike it up at some point to stop everybody out. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's a game, right? This is a game that you guys have to understand. And you guys have to make sure that you're on the right side of the market. And we also have news at 7. So thanks for reminding me. We have news coming up right now at 7. At 6:58, so in 2 minutes, we have IV PMI. It was previously 71.9. It's forecasted to be at 67.3. This might be positive news. If it's positive news, it'll probably spike price up, and then it'll probably stop a lot of these people out who are entering on the short side. So don't be a follower, guys. Don't be a sheep to this and follow what everyone's doing, because obviously you can see here there's a lot of people who are short. A lot of these people are going to start to get stopped out sooner. You know, some of them are just over leveraging because they're thinking that it's going to keep dropping. They're going to get their accounts blown. So just yeah, just follow through with it. Yeah, thanks, Deswell. Deswell said, Shawn, you killed it this morning. I mean, this week. I was like, I didn't take any trades this morning, so I didn't really do much, but you guys definitely did well for the most part. Yeah, for me personally, I haven't had any losses this week at all. We did have a Forex loss, but it was a small loss. I don't really trade Forex as much anymore, especially during the season, because it is summer, so the market's kind of slow. So you guys can see here from the previous day, or no, from yesterday actually. So from yesterday, these are the profits I made. I took only one trade on both my accounts, made about 10,000 across both of them. So about 4,490 there, 4,490 here, and then my personal accounts. The day before that, on Wednesday, I locked in a total of 4,165 on one account. My other account, 3,885. And then my other account as well, 2,205. So that was Wednesday. On Tuesday, you can see the timestamps here, August 3rd. Tuesday, I locked in about 2,104. So I had no losses this week for US 30. Or on this live session, basically on these live sessions, I haven't had any losses for this entire week. So I'm not going to go and risk it and take my first loss today by taking some risky trades here. But you can see that this area might be considered another area of liquidity. If price continues to drop further, this would be another area of liquidity because it's starting to spike up. So this is what I'm doing, guys. What I'm doing here is I'm catching areas of liquidity as price comes up, then swings back up. Because at this point right here, if price continues to drop, what do a lot of people think? A lot of people think that it's shifting into a downtrend, right? This is what a basic trader would think of. They're like, oh, this is continuing to drop in a downtrend. But the thing that you guys don't anticipate is that these are traps being set up right here. Because as people enter sells, a lot of people are going to be putting their stop loss right above the swing, which is right here. So as price comes up to this point, and I'm sure you guys have seen this before, when price comes up to this point, it's going to stop people out and it's going to spike it up even higher. It'll come back down, and then it'll just go even higher from there for a reversal. So, you know, just keep that in mind, guys. There's a lot of different things, like a lot of different factors that come into play here, and this is pretty much what we're looking for. Let's see. David, so Fern said Biden is speaking at 7:30. Thanks for letting me know, Fern. I didn't even know Biden was speaking today. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to be trading today because Biden's going to cause price to go all over the place with whatever he decides to talk about. Scott said, can you explain why the buy signal at 9:33 was not a good action to buy? Did it meet all requirements? Which one are you talking about, Scott? I don't see any signal here at 9:33. So this is 9:33 right here. There is no signal right here. Are you talking about the 3-minute? Are you talking about the 1 minute? There is no signal here at 9:33 as well. So I'm not sure. Yeah, there's no signal right here at 9:33. Scott, I'm not sure what you're looking at. So here's 9:33 right here on the 1 minute. There's no buy signal there at all. I'm looking at the 3-minute over here as well. 9:33 was right over here. There's no buy signal there either. So I'm trying to, yeah, you said the 1 minute. I don't see anything here on the 1 minute. There's a buy signal here that's at 6:40, but it's not at 6:33. I'm on Pacific time, so I'm 3 hours before you. So 6 o'clock is the same as your 9 o'clock. But I don't see anything here at all on the 1 minute or 3-minute or 10-minute. Yeah, because this would be 6:30 right here. You're probably on a different broker data. You know, we all use currency.com. Currency.com is the most accurate data. So you're probably using different broker data. Yeah, so you're probably using something that's less accurate. That's not one that we use. We all use currency.com for ours. Whenever you type in US 30, there's different datas here. The first one is currency.com. You're probably using capital.com, Global Prime, one of these down here. But we've always used currency.com data. You know, I've tested all the different broker datas. These aren't as accurate. Yeah, you're using Oanda. That's probably like the least accurate. Yeah, no problem. It's a common problem. A lot of people have used that before. So it's not, you know, it's something that people have done before as well. So Abraham said a 1 minute buy, but there's no entry right there, Abraham, because it's below the pivots. So this buy right here would have to be above the pivots or breaking past the pivots over here. So there's no valid buy there. I mean, there's a buy signal, but no valid buy entry at that point. You can see right here, like I mentioned, when price breaks back above here, it's probably gonna have a push up, right? And look what's happening. A lot of people are getting stopped out right here because they entered a sell right here, and then their stop loss was slightly above there. So whoever entered this trade right here just got stopped out. That's why we were telling. This is why I marked this up here, because I wanted to show you guys what I mean by that. You know, it's doing exactly. I'm gonna see if I could even rewind the markup I had here earlier. Okay, so you guys can see right here, it's doing exactly what I just drew, right? I drew this like a few seconds ago. You see price pushing up, and it's doing exactly what I just showed you guys. Because this is common. This pattern happens all the time. It's a trap. A bunch of people got trapped. Now they're getting stopped out. That's why it's getting pushed up right here. So it's doing exactly what I just drew. You guys can see right here. I drew this like literally a couple minutes ago, and there's that liquidity that I was just talking about. See that liquidity zone? Thing is, I could trade this right here because I know I knew it was going to come up, but I'm not going to trade it because it's just too risky. I'm not really trying to play around with the market like this, but you guys can see exactly what I drew earlier. It's playing out just like I said it would. And as price reaches this point right here, here's the ultimate liquidity area. When price reaches the new all-time high right here, it's going to spike up heavily. It's going to stop everyone out right here. So let me go back to the sentiment over here. You can see it's at 74%. Let's see if it changed. Hasn't changed yet. Looks like a lot of people are still holding on. So some people got stopped out, or some people hop right back in. But yeah, price came up, spiked these people out, and then now it's going to start pushing up this way. So this is a possible entry for a 3-minute. Maybe I'll take it with a smaller lot size, but I mean, we'll see. Like I mentioned, it's still going to be very risky. So it's not something that I necessarily would normally take, would recommend anyone take, because of how it's how it's currently moving. But we'll see. I'll follow it and I'll mark it up for you guys just in case if it does come up. We still have 2 minutes left on this candle, so it's a long time to go. Right here on the 1 minute, this is what you guys could be looking for. Look for a possible retracement to the downside and then swing back up. From there, that's where I would take the buy here on the 1 minute. I mean, I personally wouldn't take it, but if you were to take it, that's where I would take it. So yeah, guys, if you guys have questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat. Like Fern said, Biden's going to be speaking at 7:30. It's 7:06 right now. So I'm probably just going to go offline in the next couple minutes because I'm not going to want to be on the charts when Biden's speaking, because I'm probably going to see some good moves and I'm going to want to hop in. But I already know it's going to be a horrible decision because, when Biden speaks or when the Fed speaks, when anyone speaks, they can say one thing that can easily affect the market. They can say, oh, we're going back into lockdown. Then you see price plummet. Or they can say, oh, we're going to be reopening everything again. It's going to spike up, right? There's going to be a lot of things that Biden can say. Also, I talked to you guys yesterday about Biden's tax plan. They're still trying to get that approved. He has like one of the most radical tax plans that we've seen in a while. He's trying to tax everybody. Like he's literally trying to tax, it's crazy. If you guys are familiar with the tax law, once you guys start making enough money, you learn the money game, then you learn the tax game. Biden's really trying to screw a lot of people. So I don't know what he's going to talk about later, but if you guys want to go watch that, I mean, there's a lot of different places you guys can look on YouTube, just like Google or YouTube, Biden's tax plan, and people will explain it. He might be talking about that. If he talks about something like that, it can easily spike up or spike down at some point. So we'll see what happens. I mean, we really don't know what's going to happen from there. You guys have to keep in mind that there's a lot of factors that factor the market. A lot of people just look at the technical analysis. But that's only one factor to analyzing these trades, right? For me, I analyze technicals, I analyze fundamentals, I analyze market sentiment. I also analyze speculation, right? Speculation with whoever talks about, like Fauci over here. He just warned more severe COVID variants could emerge as U.S. cases near 100,000. So like looking at this right here, this is probably something that Biden is going to touch on. He's going to touch on COVID. If they talk about how there's going to be a more severe variant and all this stuff, and we're going to go back to the lockdown, then that can easily spike price back to the downside. So just keep in mind, guys, you guys have to use all the tools that you have at your disposal, because a lot of people just look at fundamental. I mean, they just look at technicals, and these technicals here are traps. This technical analysis here was made by like the institutions and market makers. As much as people don't want to believe it, you guys can see sometimes that price will be, like you guys have seen how we take the breakout. Sometimes price will be going down, and then you look at the fundamentals and you're like, damn, the fundamentals are straight bullish. So what's going to happen here? It's probably going to keep going up. And then you'll just see a random reversal, right? Like price will be coming down right here. But a lot of people don't look at, so if I go back and just replay this, right? If you see this right here dropping and you see this continue to drop and you don't follow fundamentals, what do you think is going to happen here, right? If you're just following technical analysis, you're going to think that it's going to continue to drop even further, right? But if you look at fundamentals, like you look at the news here and you're like, oh, it's positive news, plus the futures data is green, plus all of the retail traders are short, what do you think is going to happen from this point? It's probably going to spike up. So that's why you guys got to use all these different factors, because if you were in this for a sell, you'd have been completely screwed, because check this out. You would have been stopped all the way out because this thing shot up like 1,000 pips. So, this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys, because I've been trading for so long that I've learned so many things along the way. I've never had a mentor. I've never paid for a course. So I kind of know things because I've ran into so many mistakes along the way where you know, I'm basically passing this information on to you guys. So this is you know, this is key that you guys are, you know, taking this information in and actually understanding what I'm trying to explain to you guys. NCOG is asking what time is he talking. Fern said he's speaking at 7:30, so he's speaking in about 20 minutes. So if you guys have any other questions, this is probably what I requested that you guys, you know, if you guys have questions, just message me and I can give you guys any type of analysis you guys want. But I think I'm probably going to be logging off within the next 5 to 10 minutes or so if I don't get any questions. Yeah, Mark said 1 minute's doing just what you told us, Shawn. Yeah, exactly. So right here on the 1 minute, I mentioned that I was going to retrace back down, and then we want to catch it as it swings back up. So it's basically doing what we just anticipated. And, you know, I only know this stuff because I see these patterns every day. I've been trading US 30 every day for the past 3 years now at the same time. So if you guys want to go back and watch any of my live sessions, you know, just go on the YouTube channel here because I trade live every morning. So if you guys want to see how I trade, what I look at every morning, just go to videos here, and then you can see I have over 3 years of live trading every single morning. All these right here at the white background, these are all live trading sessions because I trade every day, Monday through Friday, live every morning. And these ones with the green are my mentoring sessions. So if you want to see me mentor other K2 members and people in the public, because this is open to the public as well, you know, I'm here to help you guys out. I'm sure you guys have seen everyone's profits here. If you go over here to my saved messages. So if you look over here, we have like days and days of profits, right? My goal here is to make sure that you guys are on this list of profitable traders, whether you guys are a K2 or not. You know, these YouTube streams are completely free on the YouTube. So if you guys are here, and if you guys want to learn how to trade how we do here, then yeah, no, definitely. You guys can go back and rewatch all the live sessions here. You know, my goal here is really to help you guys. I've been trading for a long time already. So this is pretty much second nature to me. I've been applying these strategies every single morning. So this isn't really work to me. A lot of people think this is work, but this is kind of just fun to me because I hang out with you guys every morning. I see you guys profit with us here all together. You know, we're just hanging out basically. And I was going to trade anyway, so I might as well just do it on the live stream because, I mean, regardless whether I was going to teach you guys or not, I was still going to trade live or trade myself. So yeah, guys, I think that's it for now. I don't know if you guys have any other questions here. Let me see. Mark said sticking with my number one rule: no unnecessary risky trades. Yeah, let me see this over here. So let's see. We got Tommy over here locked in a total 4,263. So let me go ahead and just I'll go over everyone's profits this morning, and I'll see what you guys are have locked in. Nice. So you guys locked in some pretty massive profits here. Jeff locked in a couple $100 there on his TDA. Ensong locked in a total of 9,162. Nice work, Ensong. Scrolling over here. Yeah, Ensong. So Ensong is one of our K2 members here. He passed his FTMO within 3 days. So he's been trading for 3 days. He's already met his profit goal for 10,000. So his 100K account. Congrats, Ensong. So Ensong is done. He's now just going to take penny trades. Another K2 member here passing their FTMO. Great work, guys. Terrence over here as well. Terrence locked in 4,830. So I'm going to go over everyone's profits real quick. If you guys have questions, you know, go ahead and put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, I will go over these profits here and then we can call it a day. So Albert here locked in 32. His other account, he locked in 419. Nice work. Nice. Junior over here locked in a total of 3,534. Looks like he had an accidental loss right there. That's fine. And then on his other account, he locked in a total of 3,359. Nice work. Junior's driving right. He's on the road. You can see he's driving and he's still locking in profits while he's on the road right here. Nice work, Junior. You know, you guys can see these strategies here are very simple. You guys can apply them on your own. Gene Vaughn locked in 2,602. Nice work, Gene Vaughn. David over here. So Dave locked in a total of 3,304. Nice work, Dave. Congrats. Abraham over here locked in a total of 159. Nice work, Abraham. Patricia locked in a total of 4,979. Nice work, Patricia. Roman locked in a total of 1,218. Great work, Roman. Should be in profit by now. I think that's it. So let me go ahead, and Brittany as well. Brittany locked in a total of 945 this morning. Nice work, Brittany. Other than that, here, let me go down the profits for today. I don't think there's any trades available, so it's fine. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go ahead and draw. I'm going to look at all the profits for this morning. So scrolling up right here. So here's the timestamp. You can see where it says today right here. So Surin this morning locked in a total of 1,702. And Song over here locked in a total of 1,062. KC locked in a total of 580. Sisu locked in 10,130. Patricia locked in 4,490. Cheryl over here locked in about 4,000 right here. Dre locked in a total of 556. Rick locked in a total of 927. Dre again locked in 920. Patricia locked in 4,979. Isaac locked in 410. EW locked in a total of 1,800 right here. Kyle locked in a total of 969. Roland locked in a total of 8,728. Jeff Abadia locked in a total of 1,630. Terrence locked in a total of 2,125. Casey locked in a total of 1,889. Melinda locked in a total of 1,276. C-Soup locked in 16,005. Tommy locked in a total of 4,263. Jeff Rockwell over here locked in a total of 155. And Song locked in a total of 9,162. And he passed his FTMO today in 3 days. Terrence locked in a total of 4,830. Albert locked in a total of $32 on his first account. His second account locked in 418. Junior over here locked in 3,534. And on his other account locked in 3,359. Lastly, Gene Vaughn locked in a total of 2,602. Sorry, we have a couple more here. Dave locked in about 3,304. Abraham locked in 159. And Roman locked in 1,218. So I think other than that, on Brittany as well, Brittany locked in 945. So if you guys have any other profits you guys want to send over and add them to the profit list, go ahead and send them over. I'm going to go ahead and draw another liquidity area right here, just in case. I'll be watching this. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, my advice is to call it a day. Just just call it a week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. So you guys don't have to risk possibly getting in any bad trades today, because this is going to be a risky day for you guys to be trading, with it being Friday, NFP, and also Biden speaking in about 12 minutes. So what I recommend is just sit out the market, go and watch from a distance if you want to, but I would just shut down your MT4, shut down everything that you guys execute trades on, and just come back on Monday fresh for another great trading week. So other than that, guys, have a great weekend. Be safe. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out through email or through Telegram. I'm probably not going to be available tomorrow, but I'll be available for the rest of today. So if you guys do have questions, feel free to reach out. And I have a ton of emails to get through, so I'm going to be on that all day today. So have a great rest of your week, guys.